Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's time for another build, and it involves this. So let me explain. Again, welcome back to the channel, everyone. So glad each and every one of you can make it. Maple Leaf Customs, Andrew over there, started Porsche Build Off for his 1-year anniversary. I'll be in on YouTube. So every year he's doing that, and in honor of that this year, I'm building this Porsche. I already was going to do this one. I had something in mind, and I was like, there's so many people that have used the 911 and the GT2, the GT3s, all that stuff. So I want to do a little bit different. And I was going to go way different with this, but like I said, a lot of people use this particular body, and I didn't want to. So I found this matchbox. It was sitting on the peg, and I was like, yes sir, that's the one. It's, hey buddy, you gonna help? It's different. Hey, you gonna help me do Maple Leaf's car? Good boy. This one's different. I'm gonna do a few other little odd and end things to it, but this one is not going to be really time consuming because of the paint that's already on it, and we'll get to that after I get it out. So let's get this bad boy out. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be reusing the package because what I have intended for this may not fit back in. But still, I want to save it just in case. Because if it'll fit, yeah, buddy, if it'll fit, then that helps with shipping as far as protecting the car. Matchbox is a little bit more stubborn about wanting to open up, so you have to work with it. But it'll come eventually, as you can see. It's starting to work. Matchbox is just a little bit more stubborn for some reason. There we go. I need to go a little bit higher on the sides. And voila, there it is. Put something in there so it doesn't seal back up. Set it off to the side. This is actually a very, very nice casting. That clear on there is just super sharp. Oh man. The color that I'm going to go with on this is a blue. A candy blue, to be exact. And if you don't know anything about the candy blue, the way it works, you strip it, you put a black base down, then you put the chrome over it, which basically gives it this same exact color, and then you put the paint over it. Then you come back and clear coat it. Well, I'm going to be putting some decals on this. But, yeah. Hey, I'm trying to tell everybody about it. But this is the basic color you get when you do that, whenever you do the black with the chrome over it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip a few steps. I'm going to take this apart, of course, but I'm going to leave the paint. And I'm going to paint over it. And then I'll add the decals and then clear coat it. And I'm going to try to save those headlight details too. I'm going to try to tape that off. The rear tail brake lights I'm not worried about. And I've got a few little things I want to do to the body. But this is a beautiful casting to start with. Just look at that. Oh man. Rear engine. Of course everything will be painted differently. Base will be a different color. Of course wheel swaps. So next step is to get this bad boy apart. So let's do that, shall we? And yes, Mr. Cooper is helping with the build. Yeah! Well, here she is. Don't look much different from before, does she? That's all fine and dandy. This is, I got her drilled apart. But as you can look at it and see, Porsche keeps the bases of their cars pretty flat, so they're aerodynamic. Basically, those are all covers. Let's crack this bad boy open and see what we have. Standard 3 tabs up front to hold the axles in. Same out back. Got light tinted glass for the windshield and side windows. There is no rear glass because the rear is the engine compartment, which would be the engine covers. Nice post for drilling and tapping. The back one, you know, if you take your drill bit and run it all the way up in your drill, you will never go through that back one, but you may go through that front one, especially if you don't push your drill bit all the way in. So be mindful of that. And here's the interior. Not much to look at. Really nice seats, but the steering wheel is a no-go because it goes all the way to the floor. It's actually molded all the way down to the floor, as you can see right there. So putting a 3D printed steering wheel on this one is going to be very complicated, so I don't think I'll do that. I think this one will just be detailing and leave it alone. And I'll probably paint the covers of the engine. I'll look up some real pictures of the Spider and see what's there. But this is not going to get the standard dipping like I normally do. Oh, this has got mirrors on it too. Cool. Side mirrors. This is not going to get the standard dipping process that I normally do. Like I said, the paint job I want, I would end up with this color anyways. I have another decal that I'm going to put there, so I'm not really worried about that. But I will be overspraying this with the actual color. I'll wipe it down with 91% alcohol so it dries quickly and gets all my greasy fingerprints and any oil and residue and stuff off. But that's what we have. We're going to be changing the wheels, of course. So until next time, the very next step you'll see will be me either swapping out the wheels or painting this bad boy or the interior. That's the only 3 steps I have left. This is going to be actually a quick build. So until next time, stay tuned.
24 hours later.
Making a front splitter for it, if you will, with some canards on the ends. We'll do something like that. Give it a little bit more aero profile, and of course it'll be painted the same color as the base. The next step is to glue this on, that way we can file it and shape it. We're just going to go just like that. That's pretty much what it's going to look like. We always triple check, no real sign, check, double check. Because the actual car profile is basically that line. So it's going to go on there just like such. And then we can trim it back if we need to, but that looks pretty dang good right there. So I'm going to go with that. So let's glue this bad boy on. I sanded it flat. And I can file this as I need to. As you can see, I'll probably need to file some of that off. Well, she is stuck like Chuck now. She's not coming off. I can prime it, paint it, file it, sand it, whatever I need to do. You see, it's not perfect. I'm going to hit it with some emery boards. Little Dollar Tree to the rescue. Go ahead and put a screw in it so it holds it together. You see, I got a lot of projects going at one time. But that's my fault, right? Trying to follow the body line of the car. Alright, if you look at pictures of the engine online, or the engine area, the exhaust comes out of those two spots right there. And although I could paint them black or a different color, that's not what we're going to do this time. We're going to put in a couple ferrules. Number one, because it's open, it makes it look more like real exhaust. And I'm going to drill the hole now, but I'm not going to put them in because I've got another color that I need to paint all this. But with that stated, this has a ring that goes around it, so whenever it's sitting down in the final paint job, it will look really cool. So I need to get this drilled out. So let's get to it, shall we? And I could use the power drill, but I'm just going to do, let me move you around. I'm just going to do this inside, so this bad boy is mandatory. Wasn't paying attention to my drill bit got off. That's alright. I'll fix it. But now you can kind of get the idea of what I'm going after. Of course, I have to cut these down a little bit. I'm going to have to fix that hole there, but now you can see how much better that's going to look. Look like real exhaust compared to what was in it, or what was there to start with.